Okay, guys, so here I am, queuing into a game of Resurgence on quads, and then I'm just in here, checking out my loadouts and stuff, going into the firing range, warming up for the match. Okay, so here we are loaded into the match. It looks like a normal match, right? There's 43 players in it, but if you take a look at the lobby right now and look at the people that are landing, something's not right. Everyone's using the Squid Game skins, they're just standing there AFK dropping from the sky, but really there's nothing too sus about it. It could just be in like a weird lobby or whatever. But at the same time, I'm not even like thinking anything's wrong with this lobby. I'm just playing, I'm like, oh, okay, just warm up, okay, we're flying in over the map right now. And if you take a look, there's only 7 players left in this game. I don't know what's going on, but by the way, I have not taken any notice yet. I'm just vibing out. There's no game audio or anything like that, just because I'm listening to Spotify and I'm, singing the song that I'm listening to and shit. I'm just vibing out. So, there's no audio here. Players, right now, I'm kind of thinking, okay, no one landed here. It's a little bit weird, but maybe I'm in a bot lobby. I'm getting excited, think I'm going to get a free win and stuff. Yep, I run through here, open up some more boxes, run into my teammate right here. He's looting as well. And then he says, what is this lobby? And at this point, I kind of just stop and reply, and I just say, oh, you know what, it's a reverse boosted lobby. But still, I have no idea what's going on. I'm still vibing out, listening to music and shit. And at this point, I'm like, okay, maybe we should try and get our loadout now. I come out here, and then we win somehow. I'm like sitting there so confused, trying to think like, what's going on? And I go in game chat, and I just say like, wow, like what even happened? We're jumping into the, plane here. You got everyone's list of names coming up on the side right there. And for some reason, I'm the only one jumping into the plane right now. And there we go. We're at the end and we get a victory right there, which is really weird. So that's kind of what happened. I don't know. At that point, I had no idea like what actually happened, but I'm like, hey, I got a free win. I don't care. I barely play Warzone or Rebirth. I'm just like, whatever. And then I start queuing into more games, and it starts happening in more of my games that I'm queuing into. It happened like 4 times back to back. My second game I play, I get into a lobby with another teammate. He's telling me that, this is a boosted lobby and all that type of stuff. But what's going on, teammate? What's with this lobby, mate?
I don't know, but I don't know what's going on, but I reckon they paid to get in here and now I'm killing them.
Yeah, this happened in my second game, like just before. It was the same thing, and then we got a free
win.
I
was on your team.
Was you? Wait, are you saying that someone's made this lobby happen?
Yeah, it's a boosting lobby to boost their KD because they're fucking burgers.
But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm going to throw some more clips out for you guys to watch. You can just, sort of just see for yourself and all the bullshit that's happening right now. But I want to talk about the servers that I play on. So I play on the OCE server. And, we're not a good server, when it comes to skill, when it comes to, gaming, but we're not the worst. We're somewhere in between. I'd say maybe we're like average when it comes to skill on video games. Maybe you could even say below average. But the thing with that, the OCE servers, there's not a lot of people playing video games. It's like kind of just like Fortnite and every other single game, it's kind of dead. When I'm playing Call of Duty like multiplayer, I'm sitting in queue for like 5 minutes sometimes before I find a game. Sometimes there are days where it will not let me play at all, and I can't play the game. I have to go play Marvel Rivals or whatever. But the reason why that's a problem, it comes down to cheaters. With the OCE servers, I would say it's 50% legit players and 50% cheaters now. I'm talking about just cheaters, cheaters that boost other players, cheaters that boost accounts so they can then sell online for a lot of money or whatever. That happens a lot in our servers, and but I would say we're up there in the top 5 when it comes to cheaters and stuff like that on the OCE servers. But what makes it worse is the fact that the game has SBMM in it. Now, if you're good at the game, you'll queue in. It'll take a long time for you to find a game, and then when you find a game, you have to play with cheaters. I'd probably say 20% of the time I'll get a legit lobby, and then the other 80% of the time I'm in cheater lobbies. But I know it happens on all servers, but the funny thing is, I've used VPNs and I've changed my server location. I've played on other servers. And the thing is, like, yeah, I run in the cheaters on them servers, all the time as well. But I can actually play the game legit. There are actually legit lobbies to be played, When I'm playing on a different server, like out of the 10 games I play, maybe 5 to 6 of those, games are legit, and 4 or 5 of them are filled with like cheaters and and all that type of stuff. But on my servers, the OCE servers, if I play 10 games, I'm guaranteed 7 to 8 of those games to be cheater lobbies, and the other 2 or 3 legit. And when I queue in, the games has to decide, okay, do I put this player in with lower skill players that are playing the game legit, or do I put him in with cheaters? And unfortunately, we know Activision, the game's just going to put you in with cheaters. And that's what's happening right now. And this is the reason why I left Apex, because, this was happening in that game as well. But the thing with Apex, I can 100% say I was in boosted lobbies because I will queue in. I'll be the only player in the lobby. And then there'll be like 10 or 12 other players that are also in the lobby with me. But there'll be just somewhere on the map, just letting one player eliminate them so that that one player can, boost his rank and get into the higher ranks like Masters or Pred. And then that player probably then goes off and sells the account online or just keeps it for himself. I don't know what they do. But all I know is that they are boosting and I'm in their lobby. So it's just really weird. So that's the reason why I left Apex. And now I'm starting to see it happen on, Call of Duty, the Warzone, Rebirth Island and stuff like that. So, it's not looking too good. I also ran into another player on here twice that was getting really upset with me. He started like rage hacking on me, he started like, he just started getting pissed off and it kind of made me think more like, okay, maybe this is a booster lobby. Maybe this player is getting pissed off with me and now he's raging on me because I'm finding myself maybe in his booster lobbies. Like, I can't 100% say it's, these lobbies are boosted, but I'd probably say I'm 60% sure these lobbies are boosted in some way. I don't know what they're doing in them. Maybe they're just boosting their stats or they're unlocking camos or whatever. Like, I don't care. They're losers if they are doing it. But yeah, if you guys know exactly what's going on, like right here, let me know down in the comments or even just your thoughts. Like, I'll be really interested to read them and see what you guys are thinking about this. But yeah, this is one of the reasons why I don't upload on the channel. It's not because I don't want to. It's just because the game's unplayable and there's nothing for me to do. I can't upload anything on the channel. I can't get gameplay. So, I'm just not going to upload it. Yeah, I can go out there and make fake content like everyone else and pretend I'm good at the game and make people watch me and trick them into thinking that I'm good at the game, But, I'm not going to do that. I play the game legit, it is what it is, If I can't upload on the channel, well, there's nothing for me to upload. Maybe I need to learn to start playing other games and upload them to the channel, but I kind of don't want to. But yeah, guys, I thought I'd kind of keep it short. This wasn't really a video of me explaining exactly what was, happening in these video clips or whatever. It was just kind of me wanting to show you guys that there's another side to Warzone and that you guys probably would never ever see. If you're a good player, let's say you got like a 1.7 KD or 2 KD and you want to see it for yourself, you could just VPN to the OCE servers and, jump on and see if this happens to you. For me, it's not really anything new because, I see this shit all the time. But for a lot of you, this is probably like new to you. You're probably sitting here thinking that there's some way I've like edited this or did this to try and trick you guys into thinking that this is a thing when it's really not. But unfortunately, this is what you're seeing is the truth. This is happening in Warzone. Who knows? It could just be a bug, man. It literally could just be a matchmaking bug and the game's just not working properly. Who knows? But this is happening and I thought I just wanted to show you guys. But yeah, guys, I'm going to have to finish the video there. Hope you guys enjoyed it.